So I'm Gary, this is Chris, and welcome to Frozen Spirits, Drinking in Alaska. Today is our first episode together, and so welcome to the channel. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
And today we're going to start off with probably the cutest bottle I've ever seen. I picked this up today. It is a Willet Pot Still Shooter. I'd never seen one. So I thought it was cute. I've seen the big boys. I've seen the regular size, but never seen the 50. So I just, yeah, it was an impulse thing. And then we have some Elijah Craig small batch, both 94 proof. So I thought with Chris, we're not going to do this blind. We're just going to, just kind of taste it, see what the flavors are, see what we like. Because I've never had either of these.
Neither have I.
Right on. So that gives us a good reason to try it. And then after that, we have another episode that we'll be doing. So you definitely want to make sure that you like, share, and subscribe so that you stay up to date with everything that you do. But definitely let us know what you think in the comments about both of these. Have you had them? And what did you think? All right. So go ahead and get it open. Whoa! Oh, little bourbon junkie throwing stuff around there, huh? Might as well just do the flip too. Sorry, I couldn't resist after I started yanking stuff around. So, all right. So, I'm really excited. So these I picked up today. This is brand new. I normally just drink out of a normal Glen, not this fancier. This is a whiskey, which is kind of how rednecks say whiskey once we're too drunk to say it anymore. So it's whiskey. What you doing in my drink? It almost sound Russian. But yeah, so wow. That's a lot of like caramel and toffee.
That's the smell I was looking for, was toffee.
And hints of vanilla.
Mm-hmm. That smells nice.
Just wow. Yeah, I smell all the caramel and the toffees.
Mm-hmm.
Just literally like almost like a candy shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And then and I don't get a big like ethanol notes in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting that marker or that alcohol finish.
No, that's super smooth smelling. Very vanilla-y, caramely, all mixed.
Yeah, it's not burning my nose. Mm-hmm. And over 90 proof, it should have a little bit burning.
Yeah, no, I'm over here enjoying smelling it.
So there you go. All right, well,
give her a try.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I get more like red fruit. Started off almost like a cherry, and then it went to almost like a dried strawberry finish. It did a complete red fruit. I did not get any of those really caramel and
Yeah, I'm getting some kind of fruit.
good.
No caramel.
No caramel.
Mm-hmm.
That's just pure red fruits, 100%. Wow, 100% different nose in the taste. Like none of the notes that I enjoyed in the smell were coming through.
None. But the aftertaste is pretty nice.
But I was going to say, but the entire drink is enjoyable. It's not like I was disappointed.
No burn. Super smooth.
So Yeah. So the idea, most people that smooth word is very subjective. Um, so some people think that Jack Daniels is hard to drink at 80 proof, and then somebody who likes bourbon will say, "Well, it tastes like water." So the smoothness, I think what he's trying to tell everybody is that from a lack of drinking for the day, first drink of the day, it didn't have a huge Kentucky hug where it just gripped you on the inside and really tried to burn the winter out kind of thing. That doesn't have that on the nose or on the palate. Just an enjoyable first drink.
Yeah,
sure.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
All right. So this is definitely more talked about. So Elijah Craig, also known as the father of bourbon, is the guy who actually, whether it was on accident or on purpose, he is the reason that we do charred barrels now. So the rumor is that he did it on purpose. Then there was another story that said that there was a fire, but some way or another, some of his whiskey barrels became charred on the inside, and he went ahead and stored whiskey in there, saw that it changed flavor and the color in a way that he liked, and so that's how the process has evolved. Fun fact, Elijah Craig was also a pastor, so he was, you could go and get your blessings and your rations all in the same spot. Yeah, Jesus blessed you with a bottle today, good sir. That is a good day. I'm just telling you. Jesus, he turned water into wine, and he just left it a little bit longer to turn to whiskey. That's just what happened. So now you know what really happened. But anyway, so that's a little backstory. This is 94 proof, like I said, same as what we were just having. Both are made in Kentucky, and I've heard and watched so many videos about this one. It was just something that
I had to give it a try.
Definitely, yeah. It even says here, "Father of Bourbon" on the front. So very basic bottle, no big nothing on here. No stories or anything. Very basic bottle, which I definitely do like. But that's more of like a cherry nose.
Yeah, I'm getting the cherry.
Yeah, you had to search for it behind the marker a little bit.
Because that one's pretty strong in the nose.
Yeah, definitely get a little bit of cinnamon and something else too, but
Yeah, I'm not really sure about
it has a much stronger nose as far as like the ethanol and stuff. It is not as pleasing, right? Yeah, there's almost like a cherry pie. You can smell a little bit of the breadcrumbs in there. A little bit of just barely some hints of vanilla. Really, it's just that cherry. Yeah, all of it, the whole pie.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Give her a whirl.
Absolutely. Cool. So now that one,
the cherry on that
I get a little bit of cherry. This is a lot more thin than the Willet. This is not nearly as long finishing. That had a really nice long finish. This was not nearly as long. A little bit of, not even an oak. Just a little bit of cherry and a little bit of vanilla. Yeah, that's a cherry pie and some cinnamon.
Definitely cinnamon.
Yeah, about the same.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
It is. It is, but it's unique. It's so much different than the others.
Yeah.
That is really good, though. It was really, really good. All right. Well, we're going to take a break for a couple minutes, get a little bit of water, go back through them again, see if we can taste or smell something that we didn't get on the first pass. And we'll see you in a second. So we started off with the Willet last time. So let's start back with the Elijah Craig this time. So glass 2.
Okay.
And not a whole lot. I poured kind of small. Okay, now I get a little more of the nuttiness.
Yeah, now it's breathed a little bit.
I don't get that. I don't get that caramel and toffee. But yeah, they're a little bit. But I get more of that nut now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, it's a heavy peanut.
Yeah, no kidding. That's interesting. I did not expect that.
So,
Wow. Just let it breathe for a little bit.
yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what happens in this bottle in about a week after it's had a chance to open up and breathe.
Yeah.
To see if it. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to breathe anymore, but this one still can. Yeah. So I still get a little bit of that cherry, but now I get that nutty finish. Yeah.
A little bit of the nutty finish.
I don't have
cherry. I'm getting a lot of cherry still in mine.
On that first initial on the front of your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
But now instead of finishing with the cinnamon, it finishes with that nuttiness. I feel like more so. I didn't have much cinnamon in that, but I had a smaller drink. So,
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Now the cute one. Such a baby.
I like the bottle one.
This one?
Yeah, that bottle's cool.
It is cool. So went to Woodford, and all of their stills are copper stills in that shape. So it was really cool.
That is cool.
And
is all their bigger bottles like that as well?
Yeah, their big bottle is like this freaking tall with the same bottle shape. And then you get the damn half gallon, and that some bitch is like this off. And then it looks like a freaking club, man. You just like throw it over your shoulder. Hi ho, hi ho.
That's crazy.
It's funny, man. I'd never seen the 175 until today, and they had them sitting right beside the 750s, and I was just like, dude, dude, like that's big.
I'm still getting a lot of that sweetness.
Oh, even more so now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That is just pure candy.
Yeah.
Like now I don't get the toffee as much. It's like I just stick in my nose into like the caramel of a caramel apple.
Yeah, a lot more caramel to it.
Like if you took that, you know that caramel dip that you're supposed to use for apples that you buy from like Walmart?
I love that stuff. Yeah.
That's what this smells like.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's what this smells like. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Might have to pick up a bigger bottle next time. I didn't realize I liked Willet that much.
Hey, it's great. I like it.
To me, it tastes like a Weeder. Oh, now that finished with like serious chocolate.
I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I'm still getting like almost a creamy fruit.
Yeah. Well, I got almost like a caramel and cream in the beginning, just that pure creamy caramely, and then it finished with a chocolate. And the reason I say this because I'm not a fan of chocolate as much. So I was just like, oh, yep.
There it is.
There's what it was. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't get the chocolate.
Well, and so we actually have some Heath caramel toffee, or not caramel, but toffee and chocolate. And so we'll try that here in a minute and
Cool.
you see if you pick those notes up. Yeah. All right. So me personally, I think I prefer the Willet over the Elijah Craig, at least for my palate today. However, I would say that the Elijah Craig was probably the most surprising to me with how it opened up and completely changed flavors. I mean, the Willet was the same. It had that enjoyable, smooth, and that sweetness that we liked all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
But this had that cinnamon finish that you weren't real crazy about, but then turned away from that some and turned into a little bit of nutty.
Yeah.
So,
and maybe the longer it breathes, the better.
Yeah. And well, so this was the neck pour. The neck pour is always the worst pour. And so I was a little concerned about that being when you buy a shooter, it's just about nothing but a neck pour, right? There's not much there. But it didn't have that issue. So it's almost like might be better off just buying like a couple hundred of each.
I enjoyed that one.
But so that's our take. Roughly at about the same cost for a 750. I think I'm going to have to go with the Willet for my palate. But I am still very interested in trying the single barrel and the toasted barrel. I think the toasted barrel would be really good on this.
Yeah.
Because they take it out of the barrel when it's finished and they put it in a brand new, lightly toasted barrel and let it finish. And it adds some new notes. So, yeah, very, very interested to see what those others. So, yeah, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And, down in the comments, let us know what you think. And have you ever seen the little bottles? And do they taste different than the 750 or the 375? Let us know what you think. All right. I'm Gary.
I'm Chris.
And this is Frozen Spirits,
Thank you,
Drinking
guys.
Alaska.